What if I told you that a simple coin, one that could be sitting in your pocket right now, is worth nearly $1 million? That's right. A coin you might overlook every day could change your life forever. The 1961 D Lincoln penny is more than just a piece of currency. It's a treasure hidden in plain sight. And today, you're going to discover exactly how it could make you rich. But before you rush to check your couch cushions for loose change, let's take a look at what makes this coin so valuable, and why you can't afford to ignore it. The 1961 D Lincoln penny, minted in Denver, has long flown under the radar. To the untrained eye, it's just another old penny, right? But what if I told you it could be worth up to $999,000? Yes, nearly $1 million for a coin that, in most people's eyes, is just pocket change. You might be thinking, sure, I've heard this before, every coin I have is worth a fortune, right? But trust me, this is different. Let's break down why the 1961 D penny is so special. Most 1961 pennies aren't worth much. In fact, they were mass-produced, and unless you have an extremely rare version, it would be worth maybe a few cents at most. But here's where things get interesting. Some of these pennies were minted with a minting error. A tiny mistake that wasn't caught by the Denver Mint, a mistake that could lead to a massive payout if you have one of the rare, undetected errors. This is what a normal 1961 D penny looks like. Nothing extraordinary, right? But here's where you need to pay attention. If you come across one of these with the right error, a double die, for example, you could be holding onto a rare gem that collectors and investors are willing to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for. Now, let's get real for a moment. How do you identify a penny that could be worth hundreds of thousands or even $1 million? Don't worry, I'm not going to leave you hanging. You're probably wondering, do I have one of these in my collection? Well, here's the thing, the error is incredibly subtle, and many collectors overlook it. That it could be right under your nose, and you wouldn't even know it. This is the kind of opportunity that only comes once in a lifetime. Most people who find these valuable coins have no idea of their worth until they get them appraised. So, how do you identify the error? Look closely at the lettering. If you notice that the Liberty or In God We Trust inscriptions appear doubled, you might have a double die penny, and that's exactly what makes these coins so rare and so valuable. I know what you're thinking now, I have to check my pennies. Hold on, don't run off just yet. We're going to break down what makes this so much more than just an error. And trust me, the next part is what really blows people's minds. Let's talk about the real value of this coin. While a regular 1961 D penny might only fetch a few dollars if it's in good condition, a double die 1961 D can be worth up to $999,000, that's nearly $1 million, think about that. A single coin could change your life, your financial future, and your lifestyle. But here's the kicker, they're incredibly hard to find. You might search through hundreds, even thousands of pennies, and never come across one. But if you find one, it could be your ticket to a life of wealth and security. So, what are your options now? The window of opportunity is closing, fast. You need to start checking your old coins, especially if you have 1961 D pennies lying around. And don't wait too long, time is of the essence. The value of these coins is only going to go up as collectors and investors scramble to get their hands on them. And hey, if you find a 1961 D penny worth nearly $1 million, don't forget who told you about it. Laughs, I'd love to hear about your success. Now, before you rush to your coin jar, let me share this final secret with you. There's a specialized marketplace where these rare coins are sold, and the best part is, you don't even need to be an expert to get the right price. But you must act quickly. At the end of the day, you have to ask yourself, do you want to keep wondering, what if, or will you take action and make this rare discovery your reality? But wait, before you go running off to find your coins, there's one final piece of advice I have for you. What happens if your coin is worth even more than you think? Stay tuned until the end because I'll tell you exactly how to sell your 1961 D penny for top dollar. Imagine having a penny sitting in your drawer right now that could be worth nearly $1 million. Yes, a simple coin. And what if I told you it could be that 1963 Lincoln penny you thought was just another old coin? Stick around, because today, we're diving into the astonishing value of the 1963 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, and why it might just change your life. But wait, there's a twist: this is not your average penny. In fact, most people have no idea just how rare and valuable this coin can be. You're about to discover what makes this penny so special and why you might want to start checking your pockets, change jar, and coin collection. Don't blink, because this could be the golden ticket you've been looking for. By the end of this video, you'll know how to spot this rare penny, how much it could be worth, and exactly what you need to do if you have one. Plus, I'll share a few jaw-dropping stories about people who found these coins and changed their lives. Ready to find out if you've got one of these hidden treasures? Let's get started. The 1963 Lincoln penny was made during a time when the minting process was changing. But the key detail most people miss: the absence of a mint mark. If you don't know what a mint mark is, don't worry, we're about to break it down. Every penny minted in the United States has a small letter near the date that tells you where it was made. Philadelphia pennies, for example, have no mint mark. However, most 1963 pennies you'll find will have one, either A, D, or S, indicating Denver or San Francisco. But the 1963 no mint mark penny? That's rare. You see, it's believed that only a few thousand of these pennies were produced by accident, and that mistake made this penny a treasure. Now, you're probably wondering, how does this little detail make the 1963 penny worth nearly $1 million? Well, let me tell you a secret: the rarity of this coin, combined with its historical value, has created a market where collectors are willing to pay big bucks. And trust me, some of these coins have sold for unbelievable amounts. So, how much is this penny actually worth? Let's talk numbers. In the current market, the 1963 no-mint mark Lincoln penny has been known to sell for anywhere between $500 to $997,000. Yes, you heard that right, nearly $1 million. But here's the catch: not every 1963 no-mint mark penny will fetch that kind of cash. The condition of the coin, its grade, and how well it has been preserved all play a huge role in determining its final value. Now, what do I mean by grade? A coin's grade refers to its quality, its physical condition. There are multiple grading systems used by professionals to determine the value of a coin, and the higher the grade, the more valuable the coin becomes. A 1963 no-mint mark penny that is in pristine condition could be worth hundreds of thousands, while one that's worn down may be worth just a few dollars. But here's the thing: even pennies in less than perfect condition can still be valuable. So, if you find one in your collection, don't assume it's worthless just because it's not shining like new. Now, this is where things get exciting. How can you spot the 1963 no-mint mark Lincoln penny? The first step is checking for the absence of the mint mark. Look closely right under the date on the coin. If there's no D or S, congratulations, you've got a potentially valuable coin in your hands. But that's just the start. You need to check the overall condition of the penny. Is it scratched or worn? Or does it look like it's just been pulled out of a time capsule? Wait a minute, are you telling me that this coin could be worth hundreds of thousands just because it's old and rare? That sounds too good to be true. Well, it's not. This is how millions of collectors and coin dealers have made serious money, by finding the right coins in their collections, their parents' collections, or even from pocket change. This is the treasure hunt that could set you on a path to wealth, but knowing it's valuable isn't enough. You need to know what to do next. If you think you've got a rare 1963 no-mint mark penny, the next step is to get it professionally graded by an expert. This process can be done through trusted grading companies like PCGS or NGC. Once it's graded, you can list it for sale at auctions or coin dealers who specialize in rare coins. And here's a tip: be patient. The market for rare pennies fluctuates, but it's worth it to hold on to your coin if you think it could fetch a high price. Sometimes, it's about timing, waiting for the perfect buyer who's willing to pay top dollar for a piece of history. But what if I told you there's another even more valuable penny out there, one that could potentially be worth even more than the 1963 no mint mark. The kind of coin that could leave you speechless when you see how much it's worth. Want to know more? Make sure you're subscribed, because I'll be revealing that coin in my next video. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. If you've got that 1963 no mint mark Lincoln penny, or you think you've just found one, don't waste time, start researching, get it graded, and start exploring how you can turn that coin into a life-changing sum of money. The market is waiting, and that hidden treasure could be yours for the taking. That's right, up to $994,000. Hold on a second, you might be thinking, is this guy for real? Well, I'm about to show you proof that the 1968 mint mark Lincoln penny could be worth a lot more than just 1 cent. This hidden treasure has been overlooked by many, but today, you're going to see why this little coin is making waves in the market, and how you could turn it into a life-changing payday. So grab that change jar, because you're about to become an expert at spotting rare coins. And trust me, if you miss this, you might just be leaving money on the table. You might think pennies are just pennies, right? Most people toss them aside without a second thought. But here's where you could be missing out on thousands, or even millions. The 1968 Lincoln penny could be one of the most valuable pennies you own, but there's a catch: not all 1968 pennies are worth a fortune, not even close. You have to know exactly what to look for, and the market for rare coins is more competitive than ever. If you don't know the right signs, you could end up letting something truly valuable slip through your fingers, and trust me, once you realize its worth, it might just feel like a slap in the face. But don't worry, by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to spot a valuable 1968 Lincoln penny and avoid the costly mistakes that so many others make. Here's the thing, this isn't just a story about a penny. It's a story about opportunity, about opening your eyes to what could be sitting right under your nose, waiting to change your financial future. And it's all about timing. In just a few minutes, I'll show you how this little coin could put you on the fast track to a better lifestyle. But first, let me take you back to the origins of the 1968 Lincoln penny. Let's dive into the history of the 1968 mint mark Lincoln penny. In 1968, the U.S. Mint in Denver stamped millions of pennies with the iconic D mint mark. But some of these pennies are extremely rare. Why? Because some of the coins were struck with a misaligned die, which created a subtle but significant error. Imagine you're holding a penny and looking closely. What if I told you that one tiny flaw could turn that penny into a collector's dream? We're talking about a coin worth anywhere from hundreds of dollars to nearly $1 million. I know, at this point you're probably wondering, how can I tell if I have one of these rare gems? Don't worry, we'll get to that. But first, let me tell you exactly why this coin is so valuable. You might be asking, does it have to be that rare? I'm not looking for a unicorn here. But trust me, you're closer to finding one than you think. Now, let's get to the heart of the matter. How can you spot these pennies before they slip through your fingers? The key to finding a 1968 Lincoln penny worth up to $994,000 is to understand how the market works, and I'm going to reveal it all. To start, these valuable pennies have a special feature, the double die error, meaning the image of Lincoln was struck twice, giving it a slight doubling effect on the coin's design. This error doesn't just increase the coin's rarity, it drastically increases its value. A normal 1968 penny might only fetch a few cents. But with the double die error, you could be sitting on a goldmine. And, I'm telling you, people are paying thousands, even hundreds of thousands, for these error coins, and don't think you're the only one searching for these. The market is fierce, you need to act fast, but what if I told you that there are other secrets that could make your 1968 penny worth even more? The condition of the coin plays a major role in its value. So if you're thinking your pennies are all the same, think again. In just a moment, I'm going to share the exact steps to determine if you've got one of these rare 1968 coins in your hands, and where to sell it for the highest price possible. But first, let's talk about how you can start selling your pennies and other rare coins to cash in on the growing demand. Now, you might be wondering, where do I even sell my 1968 penny? Well, I've got you covered. The market for rare coins is booming, and there are several places you can sell these valuable pennies, including online auctions and specialized coin dealers. But, and this is crucial, not all buyers are created equal. Some are looking to get these coins for pennies on the dollar. You need to know the right platforms to ensure you get top dollar for your rare coins. Here's where the real magic happens. Knowing where to sell your coin is just as important as knowing how to find it. You don't want to just toss it on eBay and hope for the best. You need to find the right collectors, and they're out there. You just have to know where to look, but there's more. I've got some insider tips coming up, showing you exactly how to price your coin correctly, how to negotiate with buyers, and the strategies to get your hands on even more high-value pennies. These tips could take your coin collection, and your bank account, straight to the next level. So don't go anywhere, because I'm about to show you how to cash in on your rare coins and live the lifestyle you've always dreamed of. Now that you know how to spot and sell a 1968 D mint mark Lincoln penny, your next step is simple. Start looking through your old coins, get them evaluated, and get ready to cash in. Don't wait. The longer you wait, the more coins could be snatched up by someone else. Your financial future is just one rare penny away from changing everything. So go ahead, check your pockets, and you might just be holding the key to a $994,000 treasure. Stay tuned for more tips, tricks, and insider secrets on how to cash in on rare pennies and other valuable coins. If you found this information helpful, like this video, subscribe for more rare coin insights, and hit the bell to be notified every time I upload. You don't want to miss what's coming next. And remember, your future wealth could be just a penny away. Right? But it's true, and it's sitting right under your nose, likely in the form of a 1975 NO mint mark Lincoln penny. Imagine finding a coin so rare and valuable that it could change your life forever. You could pay off debts, buy that dream house, or even retire early. The question is, do you have one? Stick around because, in the next 10 minutes, we're going to uncover how this ordinary-looking penny could be your ticket to living the life you've always dreamed of. And trust me, you'll want to stay to the end because what I'm about to reveal might just blow your mind. In 1975, something extraordinary happened at the US Mint, and it went unnoticed by millions of people. You see, most people assume that a penny is a penny, right? It's just 1 cent. How could it possibly be worth anything more than that? But here's the thing, you might be holding on to a hidden treasure without even knowing it. The key to this rare find is the absence of the mint mark. In 1975, most Lincoln pennies had a mint mark, denoting where they were made. But for some reason, a small batch of pennies was released without the mint mark. That was the first clue that something was different. The US Mint quickly realized their mistake, but by then, these mint markless pennies had already made their way into circulation, the very same mistake that could make you rich. So, what does this mean for you? Well, the rarity of these coins means that they are in high demand for collectors. The market value of these pennies can range from a few $100s to an eye-watering $992,000. But, here's the kicker, only a few have ever been graded and authenticated by experts. And those that have? They're worth a small fortune. Now, I can almost hear you thinking, I don't want to miss out on this opportunity, but how do I even find one of these elusive pennies? Well, the good news is that it's not as complicated as you might think. First, check your pennies from 1975. If they don't have a mint mark on the front, that's step 1. You might have just stumbled upon a rare find, but hold on. Just because the penny doesn't have a mint mark doesn't mean it's automatically worth thousands. Oh no. The key to determining its real value lies in its condition and grade. Now, don't get intimidated by terms like grade or condition. I'm here to walk you through it. If the penny is well preserved, meaning there's little wear or damage to the surface, it could be worth anywhere from $500 to $2,000. But, and here's where it gets interesting, if your penny is perfect, it could fetch up to $992,000 at an auction. Are you starting to get excited? I know I would be. Okay, calm down. I can see you running around your house already, checking all the 1975 pennies you can find. But hold your horses, my friend. Not every penny is going to make you a millionaire overnight. And here's the reality, time is critical. If you find one of these rare pennies, you cannot wait. Coins like these get snatched up fast, especially if they're in excellent condition. If you wait too long, you might miss your chance to cash in on this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. So, now that we know how valuable these pennies can be, let's take a look at why people are willing to pay so much for them. The coin market is booming, and collectors and investors are searching for pieces that have historical significance and rarity. That's exactly what the 1975 NO Mint Mark Lincoln penny represents, a rare error from the US Mint that's practically impossible to find in circulation. This is your chance to get in on an exclusive market that few people even know about. Just imagine, you could go from having a penny that's worth a few cents to having a coin that could send you straight to the bank with thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. The people who are making real money in the coin market aren't waiting around for things to happen. They're seizing opportunities when they see them. They know that finding a rare coin is a game changer, and they're turning those finds into wealth, the kind of wealth that lets them live the life they've always dreamed of. But here's the big question. Do you have the right tools and knowledge to turn your discovery into a profit? And more importantly, do you know where to sell it to get the best price possible? Well, stick around, because in the next video, we're going to walk you through how to authenticate your coin and find the top buyers who will pay you top dollar. Now, before you go off looking for your 1975 NO Mint Mark penny, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. You won't want to miss the next video, where we'll break down how to cash in on your coins for big profits. And if you find that penny, be sure to let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your success stories. You heard that right. In just a few minutes, you might learn how to spot the coin that could change your life forever. But don't blink, because today, you might just unlock the hidden treasure in your pocket. And no, I'm not talking about some outdated, ancient relic or something you find in a dusty old chest. This is a modern penny that could make you rich, and today, I'll show you how. Let's dive into the value of this incredible coin and why it could be sitting right in front of you, right now. How many of us have ever looked at a penny and thought, this is worth absolutely nothing? Most people toss them around like confetti, right? I used to be one of those people. You might even have a jar full of pennies that you've been collecting over the years, but here's where it gets interesting. Some pennies aren't just worth 1 cent, they're worth a whole lot more. Like the 2008 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny. The key to unlocking its potential value is in its rarity. You're cleaning out your drawer one afternoon, and you find a pile of pennies. Just as you're about to toss them into the jar, you spot one with the D Mint mark. It's from 2008, and you wonder, could this be the one? Well, you better hope it is. Because right now, this little penny could be worth nearly $1 million if it's in perfect condition. Now, you may be asking yourself, what makes this 2008 D Mint Mark penny so special? It's not just any penny, it's a rarity. See, in 2008, the US Mint accidentally produced some pennies with an error that makes them stand out in the market. What's the error? Well, during the minting process, a few of these pennies were misstruck. That means the design was either off-center, or the die didn't fully strike the coin. The result? An imperfect, but highly valuable penny. This error creates what we call a mistake coin, and mistake coins are gold mines for collectors. A typical 2008 D penny might only be worth a few cents, but if it has the right imperfections, it could be worth hundreds of thousands, even close to $1 million. But here's the kicker, not all of these 2008 D pennies are worth that much. You have to know what to look for. Keep watching, because in a minute, I'll tell you exactly what makes the difference between a penny worth a few cents, and a penny worth almost $1 million. Now, I can hear some of you thinking, this is too good to be true. A penny worth $1 million. Trust me, I get it. But just wait, this isn't some fairy tale. This is real. So how do you know if you found the 2008 D penny that could make you rich? First off, let's talk about the condition. Condition is king when it comes to coin values. A penny with only a small error won't cut it. You need a coin with a significant misstrike, one that is clearly visible, even to the naked eye. This could be a double die error, an off-center strike, or a coin with a damaged die mark. But here's where the excitement builds. Some of these misstrikes are so obvious, they almost look like they belong in a museum. If you've got one that looks like it was made by accident, that's your golden ticket. By the way, how crazy is it that such a small coin, something you could easily ignore, could be worth so much? It's like finding out a diamond can fit in your pocket, and it's not even heavy. Now, you might be thinking, okay, but how do I sell it? Who would buy a penny for $1 million? Let me tell you, the market for rare coins has never been hotter. With so many people collecting and investing in rare coins, there are dealers, collectors, and auction houses that specialize in finding these kinds of treasures. But here's the catch: time is ticking. You can't afford to wait on this. If you find a 2008 D penny with a significant error, you need to get it assessed by a professional before it's gone. Rare coins are constantly changing hands, and you don't want to miss your chance. Now, let's wrap this up. If you have a 2008 D mint mark Lincoln penny sitting in your collection or hidden in a drawer, it's time to take a closer look. It could be your ticket to a life of wealth and success. Just imagine what nearly $1 million could do for you. A dream vacation, a new home, or finally living the life you've always wanted. Don't let this opportunity slip through your fingers. The market is out there waiting for coins like this, and you can make a small fortune if you act fast. And by the way, the 2008 D mint mark is not the only penny out there with insane value. Stay tuned for the next video, where I'll show you more rare pennies you could find, some even more valuable than the 2008 D. Remember, when it comes to rare coins, fortune favors the bold. Get out there, start searching, and you might just find the treasure of a lifetime. Imagine finding a coin worth nearly $1 million, hidden in plain sight among your loose change. Sounds impossible? Think again. The 2009 Lincoln penny with no mint mark might be sitting in your pocket, forgotten in a jar, or lying at the bottom of an old drawer, and it could make you a millionaire overnight. Pause. Yes, you heard that right, a penny could change your life. Now, here's the kicker. Most people overlook this coin every day. They dismiss it as just another penny and toss it aside, completely unaware of its true value. And while others are throwing away these small fortunes, a lucky few have discovered their hidden wealth. What if I told you that penny could be your ticket to a wealthy lifestyle? Let's dive deep into the story of the 2009 no mint mark Lincoln penny, why it's so valuable, and how you can find one. Stick with me because every detail counts, and trust me, you don't want to miss this. So, what makes this 2009 penny so special? In a word, rarity. In 2009, the U.S. Mint made a unique decision to honor the 200th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth with a series of 4 different penny designs, each one telling a chapter of his life. But amidst these coins, there's a certain elusive variety, the no mint mark Lincoln penny. And it's this little anomaly that collectors are going crazy for. Imagine you're at an auction, surrounded by wealthy collectors. The auctioneer announces a rare 2009 no mint mark penny. Bidding starts low, but within seconds, prices skyrocket. That penny you might find in your pocket change could be worth up to $999,000. Yes, almost $1 million, for 1 cent. And people are paying that price. Sounds unbelievable, right? But it's real. Bet you never thought a penny could pay for your dream house, did you? But here's where it gets serious. Not every 2009 penny is worth that much. If you want to strike gold, you need to know what to look for. Pay close attention because this next part is crucial. Alright, here's the big reveal. To identify the valuable 2009 no mint mark Lincoln penny, start by looking for these specific details. First, the coin shouldn't have a letter indicating the mint location, no D for Denver, no S for San Francisco. It's completely blank. Then, examine the condition. Only coins in nearly flawless, mint condition are worth the big bucks. Coins with scratches, discoloration, or wear. Well, they won't bring in those life-changing dollars, but they might still be worth more than face value. Now, here's a quick question. What would you do if you found $1 million penny? Would you cash it in, or keep it as a prized treasure? imagine handing down a coin to your grandkids and telling them, this penny is worth more than some people's houses. But don't wait too long. The market changes, and coin values can be unpredictable. The demand for this rare penny is soaring, and the best time to cash in is when interest is high. Imagine the thrill of uncovering a fortune hidden in a dusty corner of your home. Remember, these coins are hiding in plain sight, and the opportunity is there. You just need to take the leap, do a little hunting, and keep an eye out for those 2009 pennies. One penny could be all it takes to go from ordinary to extraordinary wealth. So, check your pockets, your couch cushions, your drawers. That penny could change your life. And remember, don't underestimate the power of a single coin. You might just strike gold. Do you have a penny lying around that could be worth almost $1 million? Yes, you heard that right. A single, humble 1962 D mint mark Lincoln penny could hold the key to financial freedom. And yet, millions of Americans overlook this treasure, never realizing the potential fortune they hold in their own hands. Imagine for a moment, rummaging through a drawer or an old coin jar, and finding that one elusive penny that could change your life forever. But here's the twist, finding that penny isn't easy. In fact, less than 1% of people even think to check. What if I told you that missing this opportunity could be one of the most expensive mistakes you ever make? Stick with me because we're going to uncover why some of these 1962 pennies with the D mint mark are making headlines. And you're going to want to stay until the end for a few little-known secrets that could help you make sure your penny is the real deal. Don't go grabbing that jar just yet, there's more to know before diving in. First, let's talk about why a 1962 penny with a D mint mark is even considered valuable. Denver, known for its minting precision, produced millions of these coins, yet only a select few carry those peculiar characteristics that collectors are after. So, what makes some of these coins worth an astounding $997,000, while others, just 1 cent? This is where rarity meets demand. Imagine you have a regular car, and now imagine you have a rare, classic car. What's the difference in value? It's huge, and it works the same way with coins, but there's more to it than just scarcity. Certain 1962 pennies have rare errors or unique qualities that set them apart. Sometimes it's a small, almost unnoticeable double strike on the date or mint mark. Other times, it's a misalignment that creates a minting error. When collectors find these rare mistakes, they go wild, and the price shoots up. But before you get too excited, these details are often hard to spot with the naked eye. Are you willing to risk overlooking a nearly $1 million penny just because you missed a tiny mark? Imagine telling your kids or grandkids, I had $1 million penny, but I just didn't see it, oops. So, how can you know if your 1962 penny is the one? First, let's talk about condition. A penny with little wear, known in the coin world as mint state, can already be valuable. But, if it's in poor condition, don't lose hope. Sometimes the rarity of the error overshadows a bit of wear and tear. Next, those odd errors. I'll reveal exactly which ones you need to keep an eye on. But first, did you know that even subtle color variations in these pennies can drive collectors into a frenzy? That's right. So if you've ever seen a penny with a darker or unusual shine, take a closer look. But here's the burning question. How do you tell if the penny you have is actually worth $997,000 or just a penny? Let's go deeper. Now, if you're thinking of selling, don't rush. There's a right way to appraise and sell a rare coin like this, and then there's the risky way. Auctions are often the gold standard. When rare pennies go up for bidding, collectors and investors drive the price sky high. But here's the insider tip: before you even think about selling, get it certified. A trusted coin appraiser can be the difference between a fair market price and getting scammed out of thousands. And don't let that first offer sweep you off your feet. The first offer isn't always the best one. Now, what about that final detail? Let's say you find that your penny really is worth a fortune. Imagine being able to turn that discovery into a gateway for more wealth, or maybe even starting a collection that could grow in value over time. With just a bit of guidance, you could be setting yourself up for a brand new lifestyle. As we wrap up, remember that while most coins out there are ordinary, the 1962 D Mint Mark penny is truly one of a kind. And if you have one, don't hesitate to act. Opportunities like this don't come around often, and holding on to a valuable coin could mean holding on to a brighter future. Did you know that an ordinary-looking penny could be your ticket to an incredible payday? Imagine picking up a 1965 Lincoln penny, without any mint mark, only to find out it's worth up to $995,000. That's right, nearly $1 million, just sitting in your pocket or coin jar, waiting to be discovered. If you're holding on to old coins, keep watching because this information could turn you into the next big seller in the coin market. Now, before you start frantically checking your change jar, there's something unique about this 1965 penny. It's not just any penny, this coin is rare, elusive, and can set you up for life if you know what to look for. Imagine the excitement of realizing that one small penny could be your stepping stone to wealth and financial freedom. Back in 1965, the U.S. Mint decided to omit mint marks from coins to discourage collectors and ensure more coins stayed in circulation. As a result, all 1965 pennies, no matter where they were made, lack a mint mark. But, ironically, this very lack of a mint mark, combined with a few unique factors, has turned some of these pennies into absolute treasures. The average penny from 1965 may look pretty beat up today. But a rare few were preserved perfectly, and it's those coins that are stirring up excitement. This brings us to the next important part, how you can tell if your penny might be one of the extraordinary few that collectors are willing to pay a fortune for. Now, before you start imagining yourself on a yacht, sipping champagne and living that millionaire lifestyle, let's take a realistic look at the details that make this penny so special. Collectors are extremely picky when it comes to these pennies. They're not just looking for any 1965 Lincoln penny, it must be in pristine condition, what's known as a high mint state. Think shiny, untouched, almost like it's just been minted. So, if you've got a 1965 penny that's seen better days, I hate to say it, but it might just be worth a penny. But here's the twist, if your 1965 penny is free from scratches, dents, or any signs of heavy use, it could be one of those coins that collectors dream about. And if it has that rare combination of features, you could be looking at something that's worth a lot more than you ever imagined. Now, here's where things get really interesting. Some 1965 pennies, when certified by professional coin graders, have sold for thousands and even tens of thousands. And the very best, flawless examples. These have been known to fetch up to $995,000. Yes, that's almost $1 million for a single penny. Think about the possibilities. What would you do with nearly $1 million from a single coin? Here's the catch, coins like this don't just sit around waiting. You have to get yours evaluated and certified to know its true value. Don't wait until it's too late. Imagine discovering that your penny could have been worth a fortune, only to find out its value was diminished by age or mishandling. Now is the time to take action. So, what are you waiting for? Go check that old coin jar, sift through your collection, and see if you might just be holding on to something truly valuable. Picture yourself telling your story to friends and family, that one day, you took a simple, overlooked penny, and it changed your life. We're diving deep into the mystery and excitement of a coin that could turn your life around, a simple 1967 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. That's right, the kind of penny you might just overlook in your pocket change. But before you toss it aside, know this coin could be worth up to $992,000, yes, almost $1 million for one penny. Imagine what that could do for you. What dreams could you finally fulfill? Pay off debts, maybe buy a dream home, or finally retire early. But here's the twist, not every 1967 penny holds this enormous value. The difference between a regular penny and a life-changing one comes down to some key details, and I'm going to walk you through exactly what those are so you'll know if you're holding a jackpot or just a plain old penny. Stick with me because the real gem in this story is coming up, and it could change the way you look at your pocket change forever. First transition. But before we get into the incredible details of what makes these 1967 pennies so special, let's take a step back. Why is a 1967 penny with no mint mark worth this kind of money? What's the history behind it? Act 2, The Journey of the Coin, Story Development. Back in 1967, the U.S. Mint made an unusual decision. They decided to produce pennies without a mint mark, meaning they didn't label where they were made. This was done as part of a larger coin shortage solution, to ease pressure on the San Francisco and Denver mints. These coins, minted in Philadelphia, went into circulation without any indication of their origin. And you might be thinking, how does that turn a penny into a mini fortune? Well, here's where it gets interesting. Most of these pennies were just like any other coin, except a rare few, had errors. And these errors are what make the difference point. One of the biggest factors driving up the value of these pennies is the condition, especially if it has what's known as a mint state, or an error. Error coins are produced when something goes wrong in the minting process, like a double strike or an off-center strike. These tiny mistakes make a huge difference in value. Just imagine finding a coin that's technically flawed but holds the potential to change your life. That's what we're looking for here. Pattern interrupt. Quick question. When was the last time you even looked closely at a penny? I bet you don't remember. You're not alone, it's the coin we all overlook. But trust me, after today, you might find yourself giving those pennies a lot more attention. Second transition. So, how do you know if the 1967 penny in your collection is one of the valuable ones? I'll walk you through what to look for, and believe me, these details make all the difference. Act 3, Uncovering the Value, Resolution. Now, let's talk specifics. If you have a 1967 penny with no mint mark and it's in mint condition, practically untouched, it could already be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. But for the ones that reach the high six figures, those are the extremely rare ones with specific errors or grading classifications. Look out for double dies, which means the coin was struck twice, creating a doubled image on the surface. Another is known as a die break, which leaves a raised line or crack across the penny, making it unique. Now, imagine this, you find one of these rare 1967 error coins in your possession, and you get it graded. The grading process can turn a valuable coin into an extraordinary one, especially if it scores in the higher mint state grades like MS 65 or higher. But here's a tip, a coin that's been preserved and barely circulated can hold extreme value. So, if you've got any old collections lying around from parents or grandparents, now might be the time to check them out. Cliffhanger. And here's where things get exciting. Even if you don't have the exact high-value 1967 error penny, many other Lincoln pennies from other years can also hold huge value due to similar errors or unique characteristics. I'll reveal some of those in just a moment, so don't go anywhere. Closing, call to action and final cliffhanger. Before we wrap up, let me leave you with this thought. In the hustle and bustle of life, we often overlook the small things. But sometimes, those small things, like a humble penny, are exactly what can change everything. And now that you know what to look for, why not take a few minutes to check the pennies you have? Who knows, one of them could be your ticket to wealth. Are you ready to dive into the world of rare coins and learn about even more hidden treasures waiting to be discovered? Subscribe to our channel so you never miss the next big reveal. You probably have some old coins lying around, maybe even a few pennies tossed in a drawer or jar. But what if I told you that one of those pennies could be worth close to $1 million? Yes, you heard me right, one penny, worth $988,000. Let that sink in for a moment. Today, we're diving deep into the 1973 Lincoln penny, a coin that has collectors and investors willing to shell out fortunes. Are you ready to find out if you might have this life-changing coin in your collection? Or is it already hiding in plain sight, waiting to make you a fortune? Stick with me, because I'll walk you through the signs, the secrets, and how this tiny coin could change your life. Now, I know what you're thinking, it's just a penny. How on earth could it be worth nearly $1 million? Well, there are a few very specific reasons, and knowing them could be the difference between a penny worth 1 cent and one worth enough to pay off your mortgage, or even buy a new home outright. So, let's break down why the 1973 Lincoln penny is so valuable and how to identify if you have the real deal. First off, we're talking about a coin minted at the Denver Mint, marked with a small d under the date. Now, not all 1973 D pennies are worth millions, but there are certain characteristics that make a few of these coins extremely rare. These are the pennies collectors dream of, and they're out there, just waiting to be discovered. Imagine holding a penny that could pay off your debts, help you retire early, or even fund that dream vacation you've been putting off. Now, let's be real. Finding this penny is not going to be like winning the lottery, but let's also remember, the lottery ticket doesn't just magically appear in your junk drawer. This is your chance to play detective with a coin that could be worth a fortune. One of the things that makes this penny so valuable is an error in its minting. Errors in coins can be tiny details that we'd miss at first glance, but that collectors absolutely go wild over. A doubled die error, for example, means that some details on the coin appear doubled or slightly shifted. For the 1973 D penny, the most valuable coins have these slight errors on the date or in Lincoln's profile, small, almost invisible quirks that mean big bucks. Only a handful of people in the world have ever owned one of these high-value 1973 D Lincoln pennies. This coin isn't just rare, it's exclusive, and finding one is like uncovering buried treasure. But here's the kicker: values can change fast, especially when a high-profile coin like this appears on the market. Imagine the thrill of discovering your own 1973 D penny right now while collectors are actively hunting for these rarities. Every month, more people are learning about coin values, and with that demand rising, the price could go even higher. So, how can you be sure that the 1973 D penny you have could be worth life-changing money? Let's dive into the signs you need to look for to separate the winners from the duds, and I'll show you exactly what could turn your coin into a high-stakes, big-value asset. Alright, now's the moment you've been waiting for. To check if you've struck gold, here are the things you need to do. First, grab a magnifying glass or your phone's zoom feature. Start by examining the date, especially the 1973 marking. If you see any signs of doubling or shadowing, congratulations, that's the first sign of a potential fortune. Next, look closely at the D mint mark. Authentic, valuable 1973 D pennies often have small inconsistencies around this mark due to the minting errors. Tiny irregularities here can be worth thousands, even hundreds of thousands, to the right buyer. And don't worry if you need to squint a little, most of us aren't used to inspecting a penny like it's a high-stakes artifact. But right now, it just might be. Now, if you do find any of these signs, do not rush to sell it to the first person who offers cash. These coins can be extremely valuable, and many collectors would be thrilled to add this rare piece to their collections, even at a premium price. Take your time to get it appraised by an expert, but remember, coin values shift over time. Right now, this penny is in high demand. As more people find out about the 1973 D Lincoln penny's value, prices could start to fluctuate. You could be holding one of the few coins that collectors are willing to pay almost $1 million for, and that's not something you want to miss out on. So, do yourself a favor, check your drawers, those coin jars, even the old piggy bank in the back of your closet. Because that 1973 D Lincoln penny could be the financial breakthrough you've been waiting for. Imagine being able to sell one single penny and suddenly having the freedom to invest, to retire comfortably, or to go after a lifelong dream. That's not just a penny, it's a powerful, life-changing piece of history. And if you think this video helped uncover a hidden treasure in your own home, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe for more, and share this with someone you know who might just have a fortune hidden in their spare change. But wait, there's more. There are still so many other coins out there with similar stories, and who knows? Your next penny discovery could be worth even more. I'll be covering those in future videos, so stay tuned, because the coin in your pocket just might be your ticket to a whole new lifestyle. Maybe tossed in a jar, forgotten in the back of a drawer. Well, today, that seemingly worthless coin might just be worth a fortune, up to $985,000, to be exact. That's right. A single, unmarked Lincoln penny from 1978 could completely change your life. Imagine, the life you've always dreamed of, just because of a penny. Now, I know what you're thinking: how could a penny from the 70s, without a mint mark, be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars? It sounds impossible, right? But stay tuned, because as you're about to see, there's a unique story behind this coin that will blow your mind. But first, let's play a quick game. Grab any old pennies you have nearby, because who knows, you could be holding the next jackpot in your hand. Alright, got them? Let's dive in. The 1978 Lincoln penny, an ordinary coin from the outside. No shiny silver or gold markings, no mint mark. Just a simple copper penny. But it's precisely this simplicity, this unassuming nature, that has made this coin incredibly rare and incredibly valuable. In 1978, coins without mint marks were typically produced in Philadelphia, but what sets these pennies apart is their extraordinary condition. You see, if you find a penny from 1978 that's been well preserved, without scratches, with sharp details and an unblemished shine, it could be worth a small fortune. Why? Because these high-quality pennies are rare, and coin collectors pay a premium for perfection. But let's be clear. This isn't just any old penny we're talking about. Coins that hit the jackpot in auctions are usually those graded MS-67 or even MS-68. For perspective, that's one of the highest grades a coin can get, and it means this penny is as flawless as they come. Now, here's where it gets exciting. There's an elite class of collectors and auction houses out there, looking for this very coin. And they're willing to spend a jaw-dropping amount to get it. But, what exactly makes this 1978 penny so valuable? And how do you know if your penny is the one? Well, let's break it down. First, you'll want to look closely at the overall condition of your 1978 penny. Look at the edges, the surface, the shine, every single detail matters. If it's clean, undamaged, and free of wear, you might just have a winner. And if it meets those high standards, get it graded. Coin grading services like PCGS and NGC will examine your coin and give it an official grade, which could mean the difference between a $5 penny and a $500,000 penny. Now, I know what you're thinking. Great, so I just need to get this penny graded, and I'm set, right? Well, not quite. You'll want to make sure your penny has the right historical context and rarity appeal, which collectors crave. A small detail can make a huge difference, so don't rush it. Besides, we're talking about making hundreds of thousands. What's a few extra steps? Collectors today are after more than just rare coins. They're looking for a piece of history, something special that no one else has. This is your chance to turn a small, forgotten piece of copper into something that could rewrite your financial future. But here's the million-dollar question. What's the actual likelihood that you own one of these top-tier, no mint-mark pennies? And, even more importantly, if you do, how do you cash it in for the full value? Stick with me, because I'm about to reveal the crucial steps to know for sure if you're holding a jackpot penny, and how to make sure you're not leaving a dime on the table. So, if you're serious about finding out if your 1978 Lincoln penny is the golden ticket you've been looking for, here's what you need to do. Check your coin's condition. Get it graded, and if it's confirmed, prepare for the auction. But remember, every detail matters. You've seen what's possible, and the clock is ticking on finding these hidden treasures. It's not just a coin, it could be the key to a whole new life. A penny, that could change everything. So go ahead, search your pockets, check those jars, and let's see if your future is hidden in plain sight. 1979 D Lincoln penny sitting in your change jar could be worth up to $983,000. Yes, you heard that right, a penny you might just toss aside without a thought could hold the key to a life-changing fortune. But here's the catch, only a select few of these pennies are worth a small fortune, and I'm about to show you exactly what makes them so valuable and how you could be the lucky one to cash in big time. Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you might just be staring at a penny that could transform your financial future. Now, let's go back to 1979, a year filled with disco, bell-bottoms, and some of the most overlooked treasures in modern coin history. It was the year this seemingly ordinary penny was minted. Today, that little copper coin could be a jackpot waiting for someone who recognizes its true value. Why is it worth so much? What makes it special? And most importantly, how can you spot one of these potential moneymakers? most people think pennies are just pennies. But the world of coin collecting is a bit like a treasure hunt. Imagine you're out digging through coins like an explorer on a mission to uncover a rare gem. With a little knowledge, you could hold a piece of copper history in your hands. Let's get into the secrets that make the 1979 D penny so valuable. And hey, who knew a penny could cause so much excitement? Take that, quarters. So, here's what you need to know about the 1979 D penny. First off, let's talk about what makes it stand out from the countless others minted that year. What we're looking for are rare varieties, minting errors, and a grade of almost perfect condition. That's right, the right error in the right place can mean big money. Specifically, a pristine 1979 D penny with just the right characteristics could be worth tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars to the right collector. Think of it like this: if you went digging through every penny you've ever come across, maybe 1 in a million would be the jackpot. But that one could be worth it. A key marker of value is in its grade. Coins in mint condition, their shine, their detail, their craftsmanship, can skyrocket in worth. So, if you have a 1979 D penny, check its condition. It should be shiny, free from scratches, and nearly flawless. But that's just the beginning. There's one particular detail that makes a 1979 D penny even more valuable, and most people don't even know it exists. We'll get to that in just a second. I know, it sounds a bit like treasure hunting with a magnifying glass. But hey, who doesn't love a good adventure, especially one that could end with a fat check? Alright, here it is, the detail everyone wants to know about. Some of the rarest, high-value 1979 D pennies contain a mint error. Maybe it's a double die, a flaw in the mint mark, or even an unexpected engraving error. These mistakes were unnoticed at first, but in the collector's market today, they make the penny one of the most desirable coins from that year. Remember, collectors and auctioneers know how rare these coins are, and they're willing to pay top dollar, $983,000, in fact, for the rarest one in pristine condition. Now, here's where you come in. Are you going to leave that change jar untouched and hope for the best, or are you going to take action? Imagine spotting that prized penny, getting it graded, and realizing it's the golden ticket to a new lifestyle. A small investment of time and a close look at your spare change could be your way into a wealthier future. So, here's what to do next. Get that change jar out, dig through every penny you've got, and pay close attention to those 1979 D pennies. Hold them to the light, look for any unique marks or errors, and don't let even one penny pass by without a second look. There are collectors, auction houses, and online marketplaces where you can check the value of what you have, so don't wait on this. Every second you hold on to that jar of pennies, you could be sitting on a potential goldmine. But if you thought 1979 D pennies were the only hidden treasures, think again. Next, we'll reveal another coin from around the same era that might be worth even more. You won't believe which common coin it is. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on the next hidden jackpot that could be sitting right under your nose. Remember, sometimes the biggest rewards are hidden in the smallest places. If you've got that 1979 D penny, you've got a ticket to an exclusive treasure hunt that only a few people ever get to experience. Don't just sit on this knowledge, go put it to use, and who knows, that little penny could be the key to a whole new life. Yes, that's right. Today, we're diving deep into the mystery of the 1982 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny, a coin that sold for up to $980,000. This humble coin could potentially change your financial future, and it's hiding in plain sight. Now, maybe you're thinking, a penny, worth close to $1 million. Really? But I promise you, this isn't just a fairy tale for coin collectors. This is real money, life-changing money, just waiting to be found. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, why it's so valuable, and how to turn it into a small fortune. You don't want to miss this. So, if you have old pennies lying around, especially any 1982s, you'll want to stick around. Alright, let's get into the story of this rare and elusive penny. The 1982 Lincoln penny is an unusual coin because it was minted during a transition period. The U.S. Mint was switching from copper to a cheaper zinc coating due to rising copper prices. So, in 1982, two types of pennies were produced, some were copper, and others were zinc. But here's the kicker, only the Denver and San Francisco mints marked their coins that year. The Philadelphia Mint left its pennies without a mint mark. This little detail sets the stage for the potential goldmine. The 1982 no-mint mark pennies were mostly zinc, mostly. But every now and then, an ultra-rare copper penny slipped through the cracks. And that copper penny, with no mint mark, has become a unicorn for collectors and investors alike. Let me ask you, if you found that 1 in a million penny, what would you do with it? New car? Dream vacation? Or maybe just a break from those monthly bills? Now, the key to recognizing the valuable one is weight. That's right, it all comes down to a tiny difference that almost anyone would miss. The 1982 copper penny weighs 3.1 grams, while the zinc version is lighter at 2.5 grams. But let's be real, who's carrying around a tiny scale? Here's where the urgency comes in. That difference could mean hundreds of thousands of dollars, and don't think for a second that everyone's aware of this. In fact, the 1982 no-mint mark copper penny is so rare that even seasoned collectors rarely find one. Imagine the excitement, the thrill, of discovering a penny in your change jar worth enough to retire on. That thrill is within reach, my friends, and it could be in your pocket right now. Now, here's the million-dollar question. What should you do if you think you found the 1982 copper penny with no mint mark? Well, don't just rush to your local coin shop. This is one of those rare cases where patience and expertise pay off. First, make sure you're certain of the weight. If it's copper, you're holding a 3.1 gram piece of history and fortune. Next, get a professional evaluation. That's right, a simple trip to an expert could be your ticket to 6 figures or more. Once authenticated, there are collectors who would practically line up to make an offer. This isn't just a dream, this is the real deal. Coins like this are being auctioned off regularly, with some reaching prices up to $980,000. Can you imagine getting that kind of money for something you found lying in an old coin jar? And before we wrap up, let me leave you with this: you never know the true value of what you hold. Right now, your coins may seem like nothing special, just small change. But with the right knowledge, the knowledge you're gaining right now, they could become the key to the lifestyle you've always wanted. So, check those coins, keep an eye out for that 1982 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, and remember, wealth can come in the smallest, most unexpected forms. Don't let this opportunity slip by. Take action today, because you never know what you might be holding on to. Buried in your pocket change, or tucked away in an old jar, lies a single coin that could transform your life. Yes, you heard that right, a penny with a potential value so staggering, it could be worth nearly $1 million. A 1988 Lincoln penny that's small but mighty. What if you've been holding on to this hidden fortune without even knowing it? Most people pass over pennies without a second thought. They're tossed into jars, slipped under couch cushions, or left lying on the ground. But today, you'll never look at a penny the same way again, because there's a chance, however slim, that a small copper coin from 1988 could set you on the path to a wealthy lifestyle. The kicker? Only a few people know how to spot these rare pennies, and if you stay tuned, you could be one of them. When was the last time you even looked at a penny before spending it? How would you feel if you knew you accidentally tossed away a jackpot? That fear you're feeling right now? Hold on to it, because it'll keep you focused on finding every valuable clue in this video. Let's get into why this penny is so valuable. The 1988 Lincoln penny might look just like any other, but if it has the D mint mark, its potential worth skyrockets. The D stands for Denver, where it was minted, but not every 1988 D penny is valuable. Certain conditions must be met, like its grade and unique details, but if you have the right one, that penny can command extraordinary prices. The current record? A jaw-dropping $976,000. So, what should you look for? This is where the real treasure hunt begins. The first and most crucial detail is its condition. If your penny has little to no scratches and still gleams, it might already be worth a second look. But there's another secret that only a few savvy collectors know. And here's where it gets good: could your 1988 penny really be one of these hidden treasures? In a moment, I'll reveal the most vital feature that sets a valuable penny apart from an ordinary one. You might be just seconds away from finding out that you have a life-changing coin right under your nose. Now, I know what you might be thinking: it's a penny. How could it be worth more than a used car, or even a house? But stay with me. This is one of those rare cases where reality is stranger than fiction, and what I'm about to share will make you believe it. The 1988 penny's secret lies in something known as the transitional error. Back in the 1980s, the US Mint was switching the design on the reverse side of the penny, and during this transition, some coins were accidentally minted with an older design. This mistake is what makes these coins so rare and so valuable. Imagine the excitement of realizing that your pocket change contains a coin so unique. Collectors will pay thousands, even hundreds of thousands, just to own it. Don't wait to start looking. Coins like these are being found more frequently, and you wouldn't want to lose out just because you didn't take action in time. Prices are climbing as collectors scramble to get their hands on these rare coins. If you've got a box of old coins lying around, now's the time to go through them carefully. Trust me, after watching this, your next coffee run might take a little longer as you examine every penny in your change. Just imagine, finding this penny could be the moment that changes everything for you. It's a small coin with big potential, hidden in plain sight. Whether you're someone who loves the thrill of collecting or simply wants to make the most out of every opportunity, remember, fortune sometimes hides in the most unexpected places. So, go ahead and start searching. You could be just one penny away from a richer future, and if you'd like to uncover more secrets about valuable coins, subscribe to the channel. There's a whole world of hidden treasures waiting, and I'll be here to guide you every step of the way, and who knows? In my next video, we might uncover another coin worth even more than the 1988 penny. So, stay tuned, because the next coin you find could be the key to your dreams. Yes, you heard right, a whopping $970,000. And not just any penny, but the 2018 Mint Mark Lincoln penny. Think about it, one single coin, a small piece of copper, worth more than a house or a luxury car. Could you already have it in your pocket without even realizing it? Now, if you're anything like most people, you're probably thinking, why would a 2018 penny be worth so much? I mean, it's barely 6 years old, right? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll not only know why, but you'll also learn the specific details to look for and understand why collectors and buyers are willing to pay top dollar for this exact penny. But here's the kicker. There's a limited number of these valuable pennies out there, and they're getting harder to find with each passing day. So, if you don't take action, you could miss out on an opportunity to secure a life-changing sum of money. Alright, let's dig deeper. Why exactly would a modern coin like the 2018 Lincoln penny have such a high value? It's all about two things: rarity and condition. See, while millions of 2018 pennies were minted, only a small handful were produced with certain imperfections that make collectors go wild. We're talking about die errors, which happen during the minting process when the design doesn't come out quite right. Imagine it like baking cookies: most come out perfect, but occasionally, you get that one oddly shaped cookie everyone wants to eat. This penny is like that cookie, only instead of tasting sweet, it's sweet on the financial front. These rare errors are what make the difference between a penny worth just 1 cent and one worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. And it's why collectors are out there searching high and low for it. Now, you might be wondering, what exactly are these errors, and how can you tell if you have a 2018 Lincoln penny that could change your life? Here's where things get exciting, because I'm about to reveal the key details that could turn an ordinary penny in your hand into a life-changing fortune. First, check for a D mint mark just below the year 2018. This small letter means it was minted in Denver. It might seem like a minor detail, but it's essential for this type of coin. Then, take a closer look under a good light, or better yet, use a magnifying glass. Look carefully at the date, the word Liberty, and other areas around Lincoln's profile. Do you see any doubling, where it looks like the letters or numbers are slightly duplicated? Or perhaps small cracks along the coin's edges, or even a slight misalignment in Lincoln's face? These signs indicate an error coin, and if they're there, you may have hit the jackpot, but wait. Don't go running off to your coin jar just yet. There's one more crucial thing to know. While an error coin is rare, the condition of the coin, also known as its grade, is equally important. Coins in pristine condition can fetch tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars more than worn ones. So, if you find a 2018 D penny with these special traits, handle it with care. Here's the question: could this penny be hiding in your spare change? Is your penny the one that collectors would pay close to $1 million for? Imagine the impact of such a find on your life. A single penny, a single discovery, and suddenly, financial freedom is within reach. Now, that's what I call a life changer. Before you go on a treasure hunt, let me share one last tip. Did you know that certain professional graders can give you an exact value of your coin, and they often do it for free at events and auctions? But, if you don't act quickly, these valuable coins could vanish from circulation forever, swept up by collectors who know exactly what they're looking for. The chance to hold a piece of history and wealth in your hand is something most people miss simply because they never bother to look. So, what are you waiting for? Go grab that spare change jar, check under the couch cushions, and look in your wallet. You might just find that piece of copper gold that changes everything. Remember, fortunes can be made when you take the time to look. Could your penny be the one? Don't leave it to chance. Take action now, and who knows, maybe you'll be the next to discover a life-altering treasure hidden in plain sight. We're uncovering the shocking truth behind this rare coin, how it's changing lives, and how you could be sitting on a treasure chest worth up to $969,000. Stick with me until the end, because I'm about to show you exactly how to identify these valuable pennies and how you could turn them into life-changing wealth. Let's take a step back. What makes the 2020 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny so special? You might be wondering, how can a coin from just a few years ago possibly be worth that much? The answer lies in one critical mistake made by the US Mint. A mistake that only a sharp few have noticed. You see, most 2020 D pennies were minted without issue, but there's a rare subset, only a handful, where the D Mint mark is completely misaligned. This error creates a unique coin that's skyrocketing in value. When collectors and investors started to notice these rare specimens, the value began to rise, quickly. Fast forward to today, and some of these pennies are fetching prices in the range of hundreds of thousands, even nearing that jaw-dropping $969,000. But don't go rushing to your coin jar just yet. This coin isn't easy to find. You need to know what to look for. Let's break it down. The first step is simple: location. If you find a 2020 penny with a D Mint mark, take a closer look. The D Mint mark should sit perfectly at the bottom of Lincoln's bust on the front of the coin, just beneath the date. But if it looks off, misaligned, or strangely placed, there's your treasure. Here's where the excitement kicks in. The error is subtle but significant. If you catch it, you're not just looking at a typical penny. You could be staring at a rare, high-value asset. Time is of the essence. These coins are disappearing from circulation fast, and as more people become aware of this treasure, the supply dwindles. So, if you want to capitalize on this, now is the time to start searching your change jar, your coin collection, or even local stores. Hey, don't go raiding your kid's piggy bank just yet, unless you want to explain why you took all their allowance money for a penny hunt. But seriously, while it's still possible to find these rare coins, the longer you wait, the fewer opportunities there will be. Now, let's talk about the big picture. You found one of these 2020 D Mint mark pennies. What's next? The potential is endless. Just imagine, with the value of this coin pushing the $969,000 mark in rare cases, you could be one step away from financial freedom. People are already cashing in, using their discovery to live the life they've always dreamed of. They've taken their passion for coin collecting and turned it into wealth. And you can too. Here's the reality, many of these coins are making waves in the marketplace. But here's the kicker, you need to act quickly. Coin dealers are becoming more aware of these rarities, and the price could spike even higher as demand continues to grow. But here's the thing, only a few people know exactly how to find these coins, and fewer still understand how to maximize their value when it's time to sell. What if I told you there's a secret strategy to get the highest possible price for your 2020 penny? What if I showed you how to find the most valuable ones, and where to sell them for top dollar? Stick around to the very end of this video, because I'm about to share that secret with you. Don't go anywhere, your path to wealth starts right now.